Tonight is the night for that man, Kevin Correa, who hopes to prove a point that he belongs in the starting rotation, but mostly to help the Pirates get a victory here tonight in Game 3 of this 4-game series against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Correa moments ago taking the mound, 8-6 the record, and the right-hander will face this lineup sent out by Arizona manager Kirk Gibson. Stephen Drew will lead off. Willie Bloomquist playing second base tonight. Chris Johnson had a pair of home runs last night, a second career multi-home run game. Paul Goldschmidt in the cleanup spot, then Justin Upton, Miguel Montero. Chris Young back in the lineup playing center field. Marte moves over to left tonight. Ian Kennedy, the right-hander, bats ninth against Correa. Well, Stephen Drew had himself a pretty good ball game last night. 3 out of 4 with a home run, scored twice, drove in a run. And he takes strike one, and we're underway.
Overall numbers for Kevin Correa, brought to you by the Western PA Chevy dealers. You know, we've talked chapter and verse about the last 2 weeks of the life of Kevin Correa. Let's just concentrate tonight. He's not a power guy. He needs to hit his spots. Control is going to be the issue for Kevin. Not just strikes, but good strikes.
And Drew picks up where he left off, puts one down the right field corner, and Snyder kicks it. And Drew will stop at second base with a leadoff double.
Not the start that Kevin wanted. Stephen Drew coming off that big night you talked about, and he just takes that ball. You talk about location. That was a strike, but not a quality strike. Kevin would like to have that a little further inside or a little further outside. Kind of a hitter's pitch, and he'll get comfortably into second as a result of that play in right field. He was going to get 2 anyway.
Well, for Correa now, he's going to try to strand this leadoff double. The Pirates have done that to the Diamondbacks a couple of times in this series. Willie Bloomquist started game 1 at shortstop and ended up going 0 for 4. Bunts down to third. Pedro has no play.
Well, now we're having trouble getting a hold of the baseball. Perfect bunt. That's going to be a tough play for Alvarez anyway, but we have seen him make that play because of his strong arm, but you can't have the strong arm unless you pick it up. So the baseball staying away from Pirate defenders out in right field, now on the third baseline. And the Diamondbacks set up shop.
Well, you're right. You can't throw it until you pick it up. So you got to pick it up first. And he's had trouble with that the last 2 times. We've seen him have to field a ball like that recently. Runners at the corners, and here's Chris Johnson. Johnson was public enemy number 1 last night with a pair of home runs, 5 RBIs. And Johnson has hit the most home runs in their first 8 games with the Diamondbacks. He has 5 in his first 8 games. Luis Gonzalez in 1999, Troy Gloss in 2005, and Carlos Quentin in 2006 each had 4.
He's hit into 15 double plays. You'd take that right now for sure. Give up the run and settle things down. Very much the double play candidate, but also can hit the ball a long way, as we found out last night.
1 ball and 1 strike to Chris Johnson. Started the year with the Houston Astros, and while the Pirates were in Houston on the last road trip, he was pulled before a game and traded to Arizona. Kevin Correa, a career-high 6-game winning streak, looking to extend that to 7. 4-2 at home this year with a .362 earned run average. 8-6 his overall record, and a ground ball wide of third base.
Just barely wide. You wonder where that ball was going over the base. Pirates thinking it might be fair, so Pedro did deliver the ball to second base. That was close. That's a interesting call.
Chad Fairchild, the umpire, back of third.
See, it looks very foul going over, but then when it gets down to the chalk, not too foul.
Fairchild was behind the plate last night in game 2.
It's a challenge for Kevin Correa and all pitchers. By the way, this team is ranked 3rd in the National League in team batting average, so they can pound the ball. They proved that last night.
There's a good reason Arizona went and got Chris Johnson. He was only the Diamondbacks' best player at the time, and they were cleaning house.
The Astros.
The Astros. What did I say? Yeah, you're right.
And they're happy with what he's done so far. They are delighted. Kurt Gibson has found himself a third baseman with some pop.
Yeah, he tore it up early in that series. He was the only guy really doing anything against the Pirates in that series against Houston before he was sent to Arizona. 1-2's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, the Pirates are kind of in the bonus round with the fact that Milwaukee beat Cincinnati this afternoon. So got nothing to lose, but definitely something to gain.
Well, Ryan Braun's double scoring Carlos Gomez would win it for Milwaukee today, and they sweep the Reds. The Reds have now lost 4 in a row.
2.5, just even though it's 1 game difference than 3.5, has a whole different feel. Now you're real close.
Hook to right field. Diamondbacks on the board first.
They'll switch places.
3 straight hits off Correa to start the ball game. Let's take a look at tonight's Rivers Casino tips to win.
We better employ them quickly. Roll 7 for Kevin. Yeah, you'd like to add him onto that 6-game winning streak, but he's going to have to settle down. Snake Eyes for Goldschmidt. Yeah, Snake Eyes not a very good roll in a casino. Don't be afraid to hit 20. Well, you usually are in a blackjack game, but don't be afraid. Ian Kennedy has given up 19, so don't be afraid to hit 20 or more.
Paul Goldschmidt's had a good series so far. Hitting .308. Goldschmidt had 3 hits last night, 2 of them for extra bases. Comes out swinging and fouls it away. You have the only 2 hits the Diamondbacks could put together against Eric Bedard in Game 1 Monday night.
Jeff Carsons was hard starter.
Eric Bedard started the first one, had a gem. To right field, Snyder's got it. Tagging is Bloomquist. 2-0 Arizona. So the Pirates find themselves in a hole immediately. RBI number 57 for Goldschmidt. A runner at first and 1 man out. Justin Upton the batter.
Let's see, what are we supposed to say now? A lot of baseball left.
A lot of baseball.
There is.
It's
there
true.
Is.
It's true, but you know, lately in a number of games, we've seen the Pirates giving up a lot of first inning runs. You know, in the road trip, James McDonald's been plagued with that. Last night, Carsons gave up a first inning run. Even A.J. Burnett gave up a first inning run in the gem that he pitched on Sunday in Cincinnati. McDonald 2 first inning runs in the start before that. 6 innings pitched, 8 hits, 3 earned runs. 1 of them in the first. Struck out 4. Didn't walk anybody. That's an important number.
Nor did Bedard. I always like to see that. Yeah, Jeff, he kept everything kind of contained to the point where the Pirates never were out of the game and wound up taking a 4-3 lead. So, all things considered, it's a decent mark for his efforts last night.
Strike call to Upton.
Barry Vanover, home plate umpire, barking out the strikes. Mr. Vanover behind home plate. Alfonso Marquez, crew chief Brian Nora, second, Chad Fairchild at third. The men in blue.
2-1 pitch from Correa. Long pause. He's not going to throw, so he'll step off.
Johnson will run. He's 4 out of 5 in his steal attempts. Those considerations will be enhanced by the fact the Pirates haven't done much against base stealers. So guys that run will have no hesitation. Guys that might not run a lot might think about it.
All the good things that have happened this year with the Pirates, the one thing that really stands out is the catcher's defense and not being able to throw guys out.
Yep. And when you say catcher's defense, I understand what you're saying, but boy, there's a lot of responsibilities for those guys that throw the ball to the catcher. And you know, you look at the Pirates' record. It's, you know, you can't say that it has prevented them from winning games. They still have a lot of wins. They would like to improve on that, yep, but not at the expense of having priority number one to home plate. It's a touchy subject at times, gray area. But when you're winning, not so much.
This one to center field. Hutchinson makes the grab for the out. Yeah, it's not all on the catcher. The catcher's the guy who gets the stat, but it's not all on the catcher.
I personally think it's 70% on the pitcher.
Two men out, 2 runs in on the top of the first inning. And now the batter is Miguel Montero. He has more RBIs from the catcher position than anybody else in baseball, with 66.
Yeah, that stolen base situation. You want to be better to home plate than you are to first base. That being said, the Pirates could do a better job than they've done. Put it that way.
Montero takes strike one. And you look at it from a pitcher's standpoint. Opposing runners are 6 for 9. At first base, Johnson. He has 4 steals this season. He's been thrown out once. Ground ball towards second base. Correa's got a cover. He is there. 2 runs, 3 hits, and 1 left. Correa touched up for a pair in the top half of the first. First inning, Pirates get to face Ian Kennedy for the first time, and the Pirates lineup is brought to you by Toyota, starring Marte, Travis Snyder, Andrew McCutcheon, first 3. And Jones, Walker, Alvarez, Barajas. Jordy Mercer gets a start at shortstop tonight, batting 8th. Last 6 games, he's hit the ball pretty well. A couple of doubles and a triple, .429 average.
Ian Kennedy, overall numbers not quite as gaudy as they were last year when he was 21-4. Finishing 4th in the Cy Young voting. This year 10-8, 4.15 ERA, 1 career win against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And you're going to see a lot of that right now. This guy has unreal control. One of his big weapons. Throws the ball where he wants to.
Takes outside, yeah.
But when you consider this, he's had 22 starts this year, 28 walks. That's real good. He's ranked among the National League leaders in control numbers.
One ball, 2 strikes on Marte. 7th inning home run last night. Put it into the bushes. Into the letter S in Pirates. And he has had some loud home runs. He's only got 3 of them at the major league level, but he's made them all count, especially on the first pitch he saw when he made his debut in that one. Right in the top hole of the letter S.
That's what you call a tater.
And Marte down on strikes. Defensively behind Ian Kennedy in the outfield left to right, Gerardo Parra, Chris Young, and Justin Upton. Chris Johnson's at third, Stephen Drew at short, Willie Bloomquist second, Paul Goldschmidt first, and Miguel Montero behind the plate catching Ian Kennedy. Kennedy's already on the hill waiting to work. Travis Snyder digs in. And Snyder fouls this one off. It's 0-1.
You don't want to give Ian Kennedy too much room because he's won his last 4 in a row, giving up just a total of 8 runs. That's round 2 a start, if you do the math.
Nothing in 2.
Control was very, very strong. Came over from the Yankees. He was a first-round draft choice for the Yankees back in 2006. After 2009, he came over to Arizona. Big 3-team trade.
0-2 to Snyder, and Ian Kennedy loads in at Montero. On the pitch. Well, Kennedy and Jeff Karsten's pretty good friends. They both were in the Yankee system. Both were in the Yankee system, and they both played in the World Cup in Taiwan. So they remain pretty good friends. Snyder down on strikes. 125th strikeout of the season for Ian Kennedy.
He's pulled the string on this breaking ball. When you get out in front of hitters constantly, they have to chase this ball. Down at the bottom of the strike zone, you cannot take that pitch, nor can you do much with it with the bat.
I was kind of hoping Andrew might sing with his mom during the national anthem tonight.
Well, I wonder if he can keep up with her the way she sings.
He has been known to put a robe on and sing with her in the church choir. McCutchen takes a strike. Lorenzo McCutchen and Katrina, the mom, who did a very, very impressive version of the national anthem tonight.
She hit the notes, and she hit them high and strong.
MVP performance. Well, we've seen her do it here before. We also have seen her do it in spring training, or spring training game.
There's been a little emotion here.
You get a strong reaction to that.
Right there. Right there. You get a little reaction.
One-two pitch. Did he go? No.
Think about standing out there in a uniform when your mom's singing the anthem. There better be some emotion.
Two-ball, two-strike pitch coming from Kennedy. And that's outside. Count is full. Well, they're a very tight family. Sister Lauren is here, and talked to Lauren this spring during a corporate sponsors function that Andrew attended. He brought Lauren as his guest. Goes to right field down the line. This ball is going to slice. I understand his younger sister is quite an athlete herself.
Very talented family, all things considered.
See,
might be some accolades coming in over the phone right now.
Yeah, she's fielding offers. That's what she's doing. That is into center field for a base hit.
Almost under the glove of Stephen Drew. Take it for sure. Thought he might have a chance to get the glove down on this. Let's see how far he missed this fly.
Everything away, away, away on that one.
Yeah.
Lorenzo's been there before. He's seen that before. So he's pretty calm when he sees Andrew get a hit.
Yep. Stephen Drew will tell you he should have had that ball too.
This puts Garrett Jones at the plate after Drew didn't get to that ball.
Yeah, and we told you, Ian Kennedy, 19 home runs given up. That's among the National League leaders in that category.
Jones hitting .271.
And he has touched up Mr. Kennedy in the past. He's on his list. So pitchers like say, yeah, he's on my list. Kennedy's fourth start against the Pirates. Andrew comfortably returning to first base. Kennedy just 1-0 against the Bucks in the 3 starts, but in 20 innings previous to tonight, 2 walks in the 3 starts and 20 strikeouts.
Off the fist, over by the Pirate dugout, right off the roof. Against the Pirates in 3 starts.
But impressive work. This is 3rd year with the Diamondbacks for Mr. Kennedy.
Go to first, McCutchen diving back. We'll see Andrew take off at some point here.
Been sitting on that 14 steal number for quite some time.
Pitches up high to Jones. 1-2.
Steals, caught 8 times.
Diamondbacks with a 2-0 lead. 2 outs, 1 on. And the count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You're seeing Kennedy with a fastball now around 89, 90 miles an hour. I don't know if he goes much above that, but when you are throwing fastballs at that speed and you can throw fastballs at that speed where you want to, you are going to win some games, as he did last year and as he's done so far this year with his 10 wins.
McCutchen go back to first base. You have to go back to the 19th of June, the last time McCutchen stole a base. 1-2, and this is ripped into right for a base hit. McCutchen will turn second, head for third. And the Pirates still in business with 2 men out. Jones a 2-out single after McCutchen's 2-out base hit.
It's going to call for a conference on the mound between Mr. Montero, Mr. Kennedy, and Mr. Drew. Andrew McCutchen goes as comfortably from first to third as you're going to see. He's going to get the pressure off there by getting to second, then it's a stroll after all. Now Kennedy has 5 wild pitches and 4 balks. Leads the National League in balks. Just mentioned that with a runner at third base.
It's always good to know. Get a free run maybe. So Kennedy with runners at the corners. Neil Walker at the plate. Pirates with a 2-out threat going on.
Right in on the hands of Neil.
No balls and a strike to Walker. Starts the night hitting .290. Barrel League leader stat. Barrel driven to be better. Last 10 days, most RBIs in the National League. Johnson of Arizona. Buster Posey's been on a tear for the Giants. And then there's Neil Walker along with the rookie Josh Rutledge of Colorado. Well, how about this Rutledge kid? He's been unbelievable, taking over for Troy Tulowitzki. He was an A-ball at the end of last year.
How are you going to keep him down on the farm?
It's his 2nd year in professional baseball, and he's tearing it up at the big league level. One ball, 1 strike to Walker.
Crowded him with the first 2 pitches and stays in there. Looks like that's the plan, because this guy can throw the ball where he wants to. Even to the fact, we talk about where he's got some rankings in the National League. One of them is hit batters. He's hit 10. Among the leaders, giving up home runs, earned runs, hits, balks, but also up there in the best control category.
McCutchen at third base. Jones over at first. Walker waits the 2-1. Loops it into foul ground. Long run for Johnson. He won't get it. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Neal. Pirates left a bunch of guys on last night. It was a bit of an issue. They left 8 men on, but they had the bases loaded in the 5th. Then the next inning came back at 2 men on and didn't get a single run each time.
Yep. Never know how many you're going to need.
Marte and Snyder both struck out swinging to start the inning. McCutchen and Jones both base hits. 2-2 to Neal Walker. And the bluff to third. Take the first move.
And the fans here not only think it might be a balk, they just don't like it. Whether it's a balk or not. Expressing their displeasure for that attempt.
Walker again awaits the 2-2. Well, they won't be booing it next year, maybe, because you might not see it in the game next year. It's one of the things Major League Baseball is thinking of extracting from baseball is that bluff to third, take to first one.
Don't they have better things to be concerned with? Bigger things?
Hey, don't shoot the messenger. Runners off the corners, 2 men out for Walker. And Kennedy set. And Neal to right field and deep. This ball is going. It is gone. Home run, Neal Walker, a 3-run shot, and the Pirates lead it 3-2. A new career high for Walker at home runs with 13.
How about that at bat? And the previous pitch before, a good fastball out of the way. He just flicked the bat out at the last moment, fouled it away, stayed alive, and then cashes in. We got action. We got action at PNC Park. Dig your heels in. There you go. Don't be afraid to hit 20. Don't do it in blackjack, but do it here in the bottom of the first. Home run number 20 given up by Ian Kennedy. Right there, right there. Neal knows right away he's got enough of it. He's just going to give it a little body language and make sure it's fair and take a little trip around bases.
Pedro Alvarez takes inside with that home run. Neal Walker moves into third all time on the club's list for home runs by second baseman.
That's sweet.
He's just past Johnny Ray. He is now 3 home runs away from tying George Grantham for second all time on that list. Maz is first with 137. He's got a way to go to catch him, but Neal, another home run and 3 more RBIs for Walker. He's at 63. Now second on the club.
Neal hits him in bunches. He gets grand slams, gets 3-run shots.
Well, it's a fair ball, and Alvarez will be out. So some 2-out lightning off the bat of Neal Walker in the bottom of the first inning after McCutchen and Jones reached on base hits. A new career high with his 13th homer. Walker. The Pirates have taken the lead as we head to the second inning here at PNC Park. Walker, 63 RBIs now.
And that's what that short porch and right was built for. Pirate left-hand batters, just enough distance inside that 320 mark. Doesn't have to be expensive in the home run category, just has to clear the wall.
Chris Young takes strike one from Kevin Correa. Now you give up 2 in the first. Maybe you're not feeling so good about it if you're Correa. Your second baseman gets you a 2-out home run, 3 straight hits with 2 outs. Now you got the lead. How's he feeling now?
He's feeling better. A lot better.
Up in the air, and Neil Walker will call for it. The second baseman's got it for out number 1. Let's check in with Dan Potash down by the dugout.
All right, guys, thank you very much. I had a chance to talk to Kevin yesterday about tonight's start and asked him if he felt if a good showing would help him regain a spot in the Pirates rotation.
I'm not going into it looking like that. I'm not thinking, oh, I need to go out there and pitch well. I was winning games before that. It's not a situation. I think we added to our team, and I'm not going out there trying to win a spot back. I'm just going out there to give these guys an extra day and hopefully win a game.
Hey, guys, let's face it. No one wants to lose their role as a starter in any position, but at the end of the day, it's still about getting a win, whether it's helping the team out of the pen or in a spot start like Kevin is doing tonight.
Absolutely, and the professional approach puts a tag on it, Dan. You're exactly right.
Kevin's too competitive for something like being sent to the bullpen to get him down. He knew that there was a good chance he might make a start during this 20-game and 20-day stretch. Ground ball to the left side. Jordy Mercer backhand whips it on the first, and he's got Parra. Nice play by Jordy.
He made that play look a lot easier than it was. He had to go way over toward the hole, get the ball, didn't have time to set his feet and throw on the move. That was a top-notch play right there. And your pitchers appreciate that kind of play. That play is not going to be recorded out many times, even on the major league level, but it did right there. Good play.
And Barnes likes it.
He acknowledged it.
That guy's been about as solid as they come defensively.
Yep.
Ian Kennedy, the pitcher, batting with 2 men out quickly in the top half of the second inning. He goes down in the count, 0-1. 0-1 pitch. Now Kevin will have an 0-2 pitch. There's nothing like getting strike 1 in there except strike 2.
Yep. There's only one more level to go. That's good too. Chance for Kevin to have a very comfortable half inning.
A bit low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Correa has his sign, and the 1-2 to Kennedy. There is your strike 3. Got him looking. 1, 2, 3 go the Diamondbacks. Will head to the bottom of the second inning. It took Correa 8 pitches to retire the Diamondbacks. Pirates history. You go back the 8th of August, 1995. Jeff King became the first Pirate in 101 years to hit 2 homers in 1 inning, as the Pirates scored 9 runs in the second. They would win that game 9-5 at San Francisco, and King was the 16th player in Major League Baseball history to homer twice in 1 inning.
I used to know who the other guy, the Pirate, was, but I can't remember because we used to play with that.
101 years ago.
Yep.
It'll come to you.
No, it won't. That's the problem.
All right, somebody will get it for you.
There we go. That's a lot better chance.
Pirates a 3-2 lead. Bottom of the second inning. Barajas, Mercer, and Correa 7-8-9 to face Kennedy. Pitch to Rod. He's in for a strike. Why is that answer hasn't arrived yet? What's taking them so long? Usually Steve asks for something and about 5 or 6 people snap to it.
Here at the park, not at home.
Oh, okay. Barajas curls this one into foul ground. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Look at that.
Look at that. It's my baseball, and you're not going to get it.
Yeah, you don't have to give it back. You can keep it.
Mom, what is this? What's that thing?
In the air to right near the line, and Justin Upton will retire Barajas, and there was 1 down in the Pirates half of the second.
In kind of a quiet way, Jeff King did a lot of good things for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He played a real good third base, and he did a lot of good things with the baseball bat too. Jeff King, good Pirate.
.217 average for Jordy. Mercer has 4 extra base hits, 3 doubles and a triple. Doesn't have a home run though. And Mercer has had extended time watching on the bench. He has not played a lot. He's come in late. Hits this one pretty well to right field. Upton looks at the wall, backs up, makes the catch. 2 down. Roster move made today as Jeff Locke has been recalled from Indianapolis. The left-hander goes out to the bullpen to take the spot that Correa occupied. And Alex Presley sent down to Indianapolis for the 2nd time. So Alex is down there for at least 10 days. The only way he could come back up sooner than 10 days is if there is an injury. So Presley sent down, and Jeff Locke is here. And he is available tonight to pitch.
All starts in Indianapolis.
He's right there in the middle, the Redstone Rocket from Conway, New Hampshire. Named the Redstone Rocket because he grew up in the Redstone neighborhood there. And weren't a lot of guys who could throw as hard as he could in his town of Conway, Center Conway.
How many people are there in Conway?
Well, it's a good-sized town. 6 or 7. Yeah. Now, the odds were in his favor, being the best pitcher in that area. No, it's a little bigger than that. You got to take the Kangamangas Highway to get there.
Well, it's always risky, the Kangamangas.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Now, if Bob was here, he'd pull out the atlas just to make sure I was telling the truth. He keeps an atlas and a pen with him. That's his work bag.
I wouldn't doubt you. I wouldn't doubt you saying anything about New England. That's for sure.
2-2, and Correa to right center field.
Let's try somebody else next inning. 3 fly balls to right.
The Pirates are dealt 3 of a kind. 3 flyouts to right.
Brought to you by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. By your Toyota dealer, where quality, dependability, and good MPG all come standard. Toyota, moving forward. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Fan the DH down there in the corner.
Oh, yeah, I like that. My man.
Now, Walkie puts an innocent handwritten sign up in front of our Snoop camera one day, and now I love the DH. Bob Walk. How about that? Bob has never said that. He has never said it. You want to get Bob going? Bring up the DH.
Maybe they like the DH and Bob.
Yep, there he is. Just causing trouble. No DH.
Oh, he wants me to cross that off.
Yeah. Stephen Drew, top of the order up to start the third inning.
I should have done something with the telestrator. I should have done something.
If you ever want to get Bob going, tell him you like the DH and you love the American League. He'll be in for either a very long or a very short conversation.
I wonder how
really good. There's no middle ground there.
I wonder how much he enjoys the All-Star game, determining who has home field advantage.
Well,
which is the biggest joke of all.
He has told me that he feels, and I think somewhat tongue-in-cheek, that the wild card tiebreaker, as Correa grabs this one and throws out Drew, 1 out. He thinks the wild card tiebreaker should be the team with the best spring training record, which is not true. He doesn't really believe that. He just says that because he wants to prove that the All-Star situation is somewhat ridiculous.
I agree with him on both those counts about the DH and the All-Star game.
Funny stuff. He's thinking, stop talking about me. All right.
No, Nanette.
We filled our Bob Walk quota for the night. Move on to Willie Bloomquist, the guy at the plate. Bloomquist, a bunt base hit and scored a run in the first.
I love to do analysis with the telestrator. It just helps, the explanation.
That was good stuff, by the way. Somewhat resembled a circle. 0-2. Correa was very effective in the second inning and starts the third inning getting it out and gets ahead of Bloomquist 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Kevin. Popped him up. Jordy Mercer wants it. And now 2 out quickly. This Saturday, big night. It's Sky Blast, presented by Iron City Beer, featuring Zambelli fireworks and Styx live in concert after the Bucks host the Padres at 7:05. If you already have your tickets to the game, upgrade your experience by purchasing passes to watch the show from the field. For tickets, go to pirates.com/field. You're in line for an upgrade. Always nice to get upgraded.
It is.
2 men out. Here's Chris Johnson. And the Diamondbacks got an upgrade when they got this guy from Houston. Johnson, an RBI single in the first. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And how quickly Kevin Correa has turned it around after the third base hit. Schmidt got the fly out. It was a sacrifice fly, but he's retired everybody since.
Here's a strike. Well, yeah, he does feel a little better, doesn't he, after getting the lead. Casey just sat down and turned the game on. Neil Walker had a 3-run home run in the bottom of the first with 2 men out after the Pirates went down 2-0 in the top of the first. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 call.
Thank you very much.
Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings that end with a called 3rd strike. Monday when the Bucks take on the Dodgers. Bid on great items like a road trip to Chicago to see the Bucks or a chance to star in your very own Root Sports commercial. Starling Marte takes strike one. You'll also be able to purchase VIP bags filled with autographed Pirates memorabilia, game tickets, and much more. Visit rootsports.com for a full list of the auction items. And tune in Monday at 6 for our live Pirates Charities auction on Root Sports. And it's always a great event. It really is. Greg and Bob will be. Are you doing it this year? Bob's doing it, right?
He requests it. He demands in his contract that he does the auction.
So it'll be Greg and Bob on that one. And
he's so good, I want to bid on stuff.
They always seem to get the prices where they're right. There's a lot of money for Pirates Charities, and I mean some of the prizes, you'll be surprised. They are terrific. Marte blasts one in the air to right center field. It is going. It is gone.
There she blows. This kid is getting to be fun to watch. Very quickly. A lot of carry. A lot of power to carry that ball with that kind of height to right center field, the opposite field. Starling, perhaps.
What a start to his big league career. And it all started with the very first pitch he saw as a big leaguer in Houston. He hit out. And he hasn't stopped.
We're not going to put him in Cooperstown yet, but boy, is he fun to watch.
And we've seen the bat, we've seen the wheels, we've seen the throwing arm, we've seen the defense. Snyder, base hit. Travis Snyder.
It's 21 given up by Kennedy. Opposite field. Goes down a little bit, gets under it, gives it the lift. Gives it the distance. See that trajectory of the bat getting under the ball to give it height and the strength giving it the distance. Not just over the fence, about 6 rows up.
What do you say about Starling Marte?
I say I like what I've seen so far.
And now McCutchen at the plate. He's got a chance to do some damage. He had a single and scored a run in the first. Rode home for free on Walker's 3-run bomb. Five for 8 in the series. His average at .373, a major league best. Go to first and Snyder gets back. What do you think of the stroke of Snyder? He keeps putting baseballs through the right side. We've seen enough of him now since he joined the ball club to determine he likes to pull the ball.
Oh yeah. Yep, he does, and pulls it nicely so far.
Nobody out in the 0-1 pitch. And McCutchen, ground ball to third. Could be 2. It's only going to be 1. Fielder's choice for McCutchen. And now he replaces Snyder at first base with 1 out, and the batter is Garrett Jones.
Yep. Takes 2 long throws to go around the horn for the double play, and when you got the speed Andrew has, it's a tough proposition to get both outs, the one at second and the one at first.
2 home runs tonight. The Pirates have now tied Cincinnati for second in the National League. 125 home runs. They trail Milwaukee. Milwaukee has 133. Carlos Gomez had one today.
And this is a team that we said in spring training and early in the season, and most people that follow baseball and follow it closely and have pretty good estimates on what's going to go on said this is a team that's not going to go toe to toe with you and hit the ball over the fence a lot. Well, I'm sorry, they have hit the ball over the fence a lot more than anybody expected.
And the guy at the plate certainly capable. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, they got the right guy in the mound, Kennedy. You know, he's won 10 games, but some negative stats. Leaders charts in the National League. He's among the leaders in hits, balks, earned runs, home runs, hit by pitch. But he's won 10, so he finds a way to win. But he gives up a lot of action in and around his work. Charles Nagy, the pitching coach.
Looking on with Matt Williams, the third base coach. 2-0 pitch. 3-0.
Trying to crowd him. And when you can look at a control pitcher like Kennedy, who has great control, and now all of a sudden, after he's gotten knocked around a little bit, and he's 3-0, he's not 3-0 on too many people. And he knows what kind of power that Garrett has. You going to turn him loose here?
He took it.
Yep.
Kennedy ready to deliver the 3-1. And Jones rips it foul.
Just a little bit out in front of that off-speed pitch, 78 miles an hour.
Well, he hit the back wall right next to the Bowser Blast sign, but way out of play.
You see him still pounding him inside.
Give you an idea of the control and command. That's just the 16th time Kennedy has thrown a 3-0 pitch this year. And he walks Jones.
Yeah, that's a sign that not necessarily rattle. You hate to use that expression, rattle, but you've got his attention when he walks a batter, or he, as you say, goes 3-0. And they want to talk to him about it.
And the man who did the damage the last time with 2 on. The same 2 on McCutchen and Jones. This is Neil Walker, and he's going up to face Kennedy.
Out of Huntington Beach, California.
Went to the University of Southern California. Pitched for the Trojans from 2004 to 2006. And looks like some activity. Josh Colementer going to start getting loose. Walker now tied for the league lead by second baseman for home runs with Aaron Hill and Brandon Phillips.
And Aaron Hill is sitting here watching this.
Ahead of Dan Uggla and Ricky Weeks. 2 on, 1 out for Walker. And he pops it up.
Yep. He's trying to pound these left-handers inside. That one works.
That's the infield fly, so he's automatically out. And now with 2 men out, that brings up Pedro.
So he got it far enough inside this time. Previous at bat didn't get it in that far, and he paid the price. That's what happens with the power guys. You want to pound them inside and take the big swing away, get them in on the hands. But if you miss, ouch. Let's see if his approach is the same to another power left-hand hitter, Pedro Alvarez.
Pedro's been in a little bit of a funk lately, trying to get out of it.
Yep, trying to come inside, take the big swing away.
One of the prettier sights is seeing him put one over the Clemente wall. And he certainly has the potential to put one in the water on the fly with that kind of strength. Pedro gets ahead 2-0. And Colementer, who has been a starter in the past, now in the bullpen, throws right over the top. Warming up early. We are in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Pirates a 4-2 lead. And Kennedy 1 pitch away from loading the bases.
And the thing that will alarm Kirk Gibson and Charles Nagy as much as anything, and they know he gives up his hits, he gives up his home runs, still finds a way to win. But when he is missing in terms of location, that's as big a red flag to them as him giving up hits and home runs. Control is a big part of his game.
Took one on the outside corner. Pedro hasn't homered since the 22nd of July here at home against the Miami Marlins. Didn't get one on the road trip. This nice long homestand. You would figure he's going to get readjusted to this ballpark soon. Count is full at 3-2. Again, earlier today, Milwaukee came back, beat Cincinnati, swept the Reds. The Reds have now lost 4 in a row, so the Pirates start the night 3 games back of Cincinnati with a chance to cut it to 2.5 with a win.
Yeah, take a look at the chart there. This is not Ian Kennedy type control. See those 5 pitches? They're all over the place.
Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 on and 2 out. The payoff. Outside ball 4, and the bases are full of Bucks. Second walk issued by Ian Kennedy. It cuts him down to third base. Garrett Jones goes over to second.
Another conference.
Charles Nagy, the pitching coach, will come out and have a visit with his starter, Ian Kennedy.
Now, Kennedy had such a big year last year, 21-4, but the year before that, his first year with Arizona, 9-10. So he's not been around the big leagues all that much. It was a tremendous breakthrough year last year, 21-4. It's an unbelievable year in ERA under 3. So a recent history, let's put it that way, of a really terrific performance, especially in the second half of the season. This guy was unreal in the second half. And he is riding a 4-game winning streak. So something's got to give between him and Correa, both of them on win streaks. To be determined. Still a lot going to happen here tonight.
Barajas flied to right field in the second inning. He is 0 for 1. And Rod takes a strike. Kennedy came down and in on Barajas and caught enough of the plate.
You almost get the feel that he tries to crowd everybody. Get inside, take that big swing, get the power swing, get on the light side of the bat instead of the outside part of the bat where you get all the power. Gets in there again, trying to inside out it.
Fouls it off. Goldschmidt gave it a good run, but that'll be strike 2. Ron went 1 for 3 with an RBI Monday night, and he has hit safely in each of his last 2 games that he's played in. 0 for 1 tonight. Michael McHenry has been doing the job offensively, and he and Rod splitting duties more and more.
A majestic entry coming down the Allegheny River.
Bases full of Bucks. 0-2 pitch to Barajas. That's in the seats.
The Pittsburgh skyline.
Big silhouette, huh?
It will, yep, the silhouettes. It'll give you different looks every day, different parts of the day. Those looks are all A+.
Kennedy taking too long for Barajas liking, so he wants time.
This place looking good from over there, and that place looking good from over here. It's all good.
Always great when the Majestic blows the horn. Gets a big rise out of the crowd here.
Just don't run over some of those little boats.
One and 2 the count. And the pitch to Rod. He struck him out. Pirates leave him loaded. But they get one on one big swing from their left fielder, Starling Marte. And what do you say about Starling Marte?
Hey, hey.
Bombs away. 4-2 Pirates heading to the 4th. Pirates. Take a look at our AT&T Mobility trivia question. Only 4 players in Major League Baseball history have won both the MVP and Manager of the Year awards. Can you name them?
One of them is Toulouse-Lautrec. Frank Robinson's one.
Toulouse-Lautrec. That was my first guess.
You what?
Paul Goldschmidt would lead off. Where'd you get that name?
I don't know. It's just
these things pop into your head.
Fruit flies.
Oh, 1 pitch.
Yogi Berra have to be another.
Okay, there's 2.
Yogi's an MVP. Joe Torre be on that list? Maybe, maybe not.
I think you've got them all. And Monsieur Lautrec.
Monsieur Lautrec. Pretty loose guy, but not too loose.
Goldschmidt. Sacrifice fly on RBI first time up. Puts a number out in front of the plate. Barajas will jump on it and throws too late. A swinging bunt for Goldschmidt, and he's got a base hit.
That was in no man's land, and Rod, realizing he probably had the only chance, he waved Kevin off. This is just out far enough to stay away from Rod. Did the best he could. That's what happens when you're hitting and going good like Goldschmidt.
Use the hand like a claw. Good shot from the AGH camp. Bring in on that one. To right center field. Snyder going back. And on the track, he makes the catch. Goldschmidt's already around second base. And that is a double play.
How about that? And Goldschmidt was convinced that Snyder was going to not get to the ball. Convinced. And all he has to do is go halfway and actually go all the way to second base. And he'll have time to get back. But you can't round second base. That's too much territory. Sees the ball. He likes it. He likes it. And if he stops right there, he's okay. Now he's not.
Has to come back and retouch.
Kevin says, we got a bonus here. Nice job by Travis not to quit on that ball. It's easy to draw up and take a bounce off the wall. That cleans things up.
2 outs, base is empty. Miguel Montero, the hitter. Travis Snyder learning his new environs in right field. He struggled a bit with the right field wall the other night. But he's learning out there. It's a little different backdrop than he had at the Rogers Center in Toronto. Two balls and no strikes to count to Montero.
So Goldschmidt comes up snake eyes.
There you go. That's what you wanted. You doing all right on your tips to win so far?
Yep. All we need now is roll a 7 for Kevin. 7th straight win.
Correa making the spot start here tonight. Wandy Rodriguez would normally be in this spot, but he's been pushed back to tomorrow.
All right.
Got that one, got that one. That one's still to go.
I'll tell you, I've never been as sharp with a telestrator as I am tonight. Never.
Those were some pretty impressive check marks.
I'll tell you. You know, when you're on, it's just one of those things.
And I wasn't sure. I actually had to look over and see you draw them. I thought those were computer-generated check marks. I didn't realize that you actually drew them with your finger.
It's a gift. It's a gift. You're only human. You know, I understand you doubting.
I am. I'm only human. I lack in the check mark making category. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Montero. Correa trying to get Pirates back to the bat rack. He will hit second in the 4th. Mercer will lead off, and then back to Starling Marte.
Tell you one thing though, Tim Neverett, you have won the award for the largest donation of snacks for a homestand we've ever had. I mean, you loaded up, you came up big, and as a result, we're all going to get bigger.
We had to hide them from.
Well, some people didn't find them, but I did.
Oh, there are some people who are like bloodhounds around here.
Well, the people that come upstairs illegally from the truck when they're just supposed to be down there working.
Right. You got to check their credentials next time. Make sure they can be in the booth. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I figured we have a long homestand.
Good selection of snacks.
We'll bring some things in for you guys.
Talk about staying away from power. Still wants it out there.
3-2, and he missed. So Montero walks with 2 men out.
First free pass given up by Kevin.
4-2, Pirates leading, 2 men out, top of the 4th. So far, some pretty good crowds here during the first 3 games of this series. Tomorrow, don't forget, a 4:05 game. And then on the weekend, really big crowds expected to see the Padres and the Pirates. 4 with the Dodgers after that. Tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon, Wandy Rodriguez against Joe Saunders in a battle of left-handers.
It'll be wild around here Saturday night with sticks, sky blast.
Might be a Mr. Roboto sighting somewhere. Young, a line shot toward right center field. McCutcheon will pull that one in. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. 4-2, Pirates leading halfway through the inning. For the D-backs, with Dan Potash and Steve Blass, I'm Tim Neverett. Pirates and Diamondbacks, game 3 of a 4-game series. Jordy Mercer leads off against Kennedy. He will take strike 1.
Good at bat for Jordy. First time up, hit the ball solidly. The warning track in right field.
Clint Hurdle did tell us that when this homestand began, he would give Mercer some opportunities. Pops this one up to shallow center field, and Chris Young will put it away. Our AT&T Mobility trivia question tonight has to do with managers and MVPs. 4 players in Major League history have won both the MVP and Manager of the Year awards. Can you name them? 2 of them are in this ballpark tonight. There's Don Baylor. He is the hitting coach for the Diamondbacks. Kirk Gibson, manager. Frank Robinson and Joe Torre. And who did you say? Nuke Lelouch?
No.
What was the guy's name?
Toulouse-Lautrec.
That's it. Toulouse-Lautrec.
Didn't make it.
He didn't make it.
Viable candidate. Maybe 1988.
Thought maybe Ebby Calvin, Nuke Lelouch might get on the list, but he didn't.
Iconic home run.
Pitch outside to Correa.
That was the year 1988. Mr. Hershiser had a pretty good run too. Also,
yeah, it was a standout.
Had that great season. Had the great postseason. Well, Hershiser was everything in the pitching category that year. I think he eclipsed Don Drysdale's scoreless innings streak, something like 58, 59 innings without giving up a run. Unreal. Great year for the Dodger right-hander and Mr. Gibson.
Two to Correa. Well, the Dodgers, a team the Pirates have to watch now because they're creeping up in the wild card. Although the Rockies took care of business in LA last night against them.
Get out of here. Oh, no, just missed it.
Just missed it as Kennedy retires Correa. I don't think that could have broken his bat if he did that 100 more times.
Would you see how the bat jumped off the ball?
I want to see how these guys match up, Correa and Kennedy and anybody else. Get online at rootsports.com and go to Root Sports Game Connect. You can email the broadcast. You can communicate with other fans via Twitter in the Game Talk section. Plus, get all the matchup numbers and a whole lot more. So Game Connect. Back to the pitcher. Marte is out. It's not where Starling wanted to bunt it. 1, 2, 3. Go the Pirates in the 4th. We'll head to the 5th at PNC Park. Bucks 4. Diamondbacks 2. Braves, now a wild card situation, and last night the Phillies took care of business against Atlanta, but as Rob just showed us, it's the Michael Bourne legacy tonight. 4-2 Pirates, top of the 5th. Gerardo Parra, the left fielder,
We are in trouble. We are in deep trouble. I just saw 10 nuns going up the aisle and leaving. I hope they come back.
Okay.
That's not a good sign.
I didn't see them. You saw 10 nuns?
Mm-hmm. Went up the aisle right in back of the. Went up the aisle.
Well, just as they left, the skies darkened up. Did you notice?
I'll tell you, when I was playing every Sunday afternoon, they'd come out and sit there and root for Danny Murtaugh. Danny was their man. Pirate manager. They'd come out to see Danny Murtaugh run the Pirates every Sunday afternoon.
To Parra. Kevin misses again. It's now 3-0 to the leadoff man this inning, Gerardo Parra, the 8th hitter, with Kennedy, the pitcher, on deck. Catches the corner that time for a strike. 3-1. Notice you got the binoculars out. Are you looking for more nuns?
No, I'm looking for Ian Kennedy, who gets his wrist wrapped when he goes up to the plate.
Right.
Kind of up above the wrist, a little bit of the wrist more toward the forearm. Not got anything to do with pitching, but we'll be able to show you what that looks like. You can see it above the glove.
So he'll get that wrapped each at bat, and they'll strip it off with a tape cutter when he goes back in there. So he can't pitch with that on.
Must be something that can't be in the hand, because you know, if you had a problem with the hand, you wouldn't be able to probably pitch at the major league level. So it's got to be the wrist or a little bit above that. He knows how to bunt. He's done it successfully 4 times so far this year.
Not a lot going on in the hitting department for Ian Kennedy.
Kind of a wrist hitter.
Yeah.
Now that will bother a wrist. They're trying to stop a swing. I've seen position players hurt their hand or wrist starting a swing and trying to stop.
Testing out the durability of the tape.
Could be.
1-1 to Kennedy. Parra, the runner at first base, nobody out. Top half of the 5th. Pirates ahead by a pair of runs. He pushes the bunt toward the mound. Correa fields. A little toss to first with Walker covering. And the sacrifice good, moving Parra over to second base. Our AGH injury update. Barrett Barnes, a very good-looking prospect in State College. For the Spikes, he's on the 7-day DL. He'll be out indefinitely with a leg injury and is expected to undergo further tests tomorrow. He was a supplemental pick, 45th overall this year. Doing a good job, but he's going to be out for quite some time, so he's going to lose some valuable time at the end of the summer. Always keeping an eye on the prospects. Stephen Drew at the plate. Strike 1 to Drew. Drew's 1 for 2, doubled and scored in the first.
Big night last night with the 3 hits.
Coming into the game tonight, over the last 5 games, the combined stats of the #1 hitters against the Pirates: 368, 7 out of 19, with an on-base percentage of .429 and 3 runs scored. So over the last handful of games, the Pirates have had trouble shutting down the leadoff guy. One to Drew. Stephen Drew suffered a painful injury last July. A fractured ankle, missed the rest of the season, and did not come back to activity in a major league game until late June of this year. Was activated on the 27th of June. Balls and 1 strike. Correa missing low, but missing being the key word.
Low's not too bad either if you're going to miss.
Miss high could end up on the other side of the wall. Far off of second base. Correa stretch and the 2-1. Missed again. It's 3-1. Kevin was very effective in the second and third innings. He retired the side in order, had a strikeout in each of those innings. Not a big strikeout guy. He's got 2 tonight. He'll get about 4 a game.
Working downstairs. Going to miss in that neighborhood. But don't do a lot of it.
He missed again and walked Drew.
Number 3. Didn't walk anybody until the 4th inning.
Tying run is aboard now.
Yep, and still pretty efficient in terms of pitch count. He's working in the 5th inning, throwing 64 pitches. Love to see him find that ground ball right at somebody right now.
Ray Sears is going to go on and pay Kevin Correa a visit. Two walks in the inning, and the walk to Drew is the one that hurts because that brings the go-ahead run to the plate. Tying runs aboard. Pushes Parra. Well, he was already pushed over to scoring position anyway in the sacrifice by Kennedy, but I guess there is a silver lining that you do get potential force out somewhere, maybe 2. Great view on the rotunda tonight. Yeah, try a French fry. Not you, the other guy.
Unique feature of the ballpark. A house of blue lights.
It's neat. If you've never stood up there, you should take a walk up there and look at the field from that angle. It is just gorgeous. Willie Bloomquist. 1 out, 2 on. Here's the pitch. And this is trouble. This is a lot of trouble. Drew is going to get held at third and into second base with an RBI double as Bloomquist. It's now 4-3.
And that ball's going to ring now.
Yep, the 1 walk really hurt. And now the tying run is at third base, and the potential go-ahead run has just hit his 21st double. Bloomquist nearly getting it past McCutchen. That ball gets past McCutchen. I think Matt Williams sends Stephen Drew.
No doubt.
Matt Williams, pretty good player in his own right. Guy could hit.
Oh, Matt had some great years for the Giants, and then it was always interesting when he played third base and there was a Pirate runner at third base. He'd come over and try to listen in on the conversations between the coach and third base very subtly. And I used to ask him, I said, I can't help myself. Can't help myself. I want to see if I can hear something.
0-1 to Johnson. Fouls it back, 0-2. And this is a guy that Correa's got to either pop up or strike out.
Well, he's a big time strikeout candidate. 96, now 97 strikeouts. And he has always had a big number in that category, but he can hit the ball a long way. You're out in front 0-2, so you got a couple pitches to try to get that second out without anybody moving.
Oh, 2 pitch. Foul off. Yeah,
that was not what.
You got to be careful
Kevin
with that pitch.
Yeah, that was a breaking ball up and away, and just far enough away. Upstairs. Wow, that is a dangerous area. Because Kevin doesn't throw the ball by people, so when he wants to get strikeouts, many times, unless it's really set up, he'll try to get him to chase something down. So we'll see if make sure Rod Barajas is on his toes. See if he goes back downstairs. Nope. Overthrowing the slider a little bit, 86 miles an hour.
Pirates now with a 1-run lead at 4-3. And 1 man out, 2 men in scoring position for Chris Johnson.
This could be huge for Kevin if he can get Johnson, set up a situation to leave those runners. Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
So there's the strikeout.
So he just goes downstairs after staying up a couple pitches. Maybe that was by design, but that first one that was fouled down the right field line, kind of dangerous, but huge strikeout. Nowhere near the strike zone. This ball bounces in front of home plate. And that's kind of part of the history of Chris Johnson also. You see him really wrapping that curveball up. Yeah, that's a 55-footer. That's when you make up your mind. You commit that swing so early. And now this is a big opportunity for Kevin.
Paul Goldschmidt takes ball 1. We got Upton batting behind Goldschmidt, first base open. Goldschmidt's been very tough. He's got a hit tonight, 1 for 1 with a sacrifice and a run batted in.
Yeah, well, Upton's no picnic either. So we'll see. I'm sure he's going to be very careful. We'll see what they do if he falls behind 2-0, if that happens. But Goldschmidt has been hot. Now 2-0. Rob look over at the bench. Will they indicate they want to finish this off, or will they work at it? So far they're going to work at it. Could be one of those intentional walks also.
Pitching around. 2-0. And a ground ball to third. Alvarez has it deflect off his body and no play, and the game is tied. Correa got the ground ball he wanted. Pedro couldn't handle it. And we're all square at 4 runs apiece. Error to Alvarez.
The short hop is there, but the glancing blow and no chance for Mercer. See, it's the short hop, and the ball is hit sharply. E5. Almost kind of letting the ball play him a little bit. He got caught in between hops.
Now the go-ahead run at third. Runners at the corners, 2 men out. Both of those walks came around to score. Issue the free pass, and both came back to bite the Pirates. One missed. And the thing we're noticing too about Correa is he's not getting strike 1 in there all that often. It seems more like ball 1 to start hitters with.
Still no activity in the Pirate bullpen. Got a 4-4 ball game.
Ball 1 strike. 14 out of 23 in first pitch strikes. One and 2. Correa has thrown about a third of the pitches he's thrown in this ball game this inning, 25.
Came in pretty efficiently.
He strikes out Upton. But one batter too late as Goldschmidt hits the ball to third. Pedro commits the error, and the game is tied. Error by Pedro Alvarez that allowed the tying run to come in for the Diamondbacks. So back to square one for the Pirate Bats. And the bottom of the fifth.
Yep, we've played half a game and we're where we started.
Snyder a base hit. Well, nice to see Travis Snyder swinging the bat this way. Snyder with a pair of hits tonight. He had 3 last night. Snyder knocks this one into center field. Good look in the AGH cam, slowing it down for you. Well, the Pirates now have the go-ahead run on with nobody out. McCutchen is 1 for 2. McCutchen's mom, Katrina, sang the national anthem here tonight. And what a rendition she provided for everybody here. What a great round of applause she got.
Knocked it out of the ballpark.
That's toward the middle. Drew shovels it to second. Everybody's safe. Lindquist couldn't hang on.
And he has had a difficult time defensively. This ball club came in leading the National League in defense. That's a double play. Andrew had a little trouble getting out of the box quickly. Did he hurry it? Whatever happened. That is huge.
Well, you know, looked like he had enough time to barehand that ball, take it out of his glove. Sometimes you get fancy like that, it can cost your team, and now the go-ahead runs in scoring position with nobody out. And maybe the Pirates can now take advantage of an Arizona error. The error charged to the second baseman Blomqvist. Fielder's choice for McCutchen. This could be a pretty good situation for Garrett Jones. Jones is 1 for 1 with a walk. Very respectable batting average at .273. Jones bangs it to center field. Snyder's going to get stopped at third. And Chris Young got that ball in a hurry. So the bases are loaded with nobody out. And Snyder had to put the brakes on.
And that ball was hit right on the button. It got out to Young that quickly. And with nobody out, you certainly don't want to get anybody thrown out at home plate.
One long hop to Young.
Yep. Good decision by Nick Leva. Bucks are in business. Activity once again in the Diamondbacks bullpen.
Love seeing the flags. Jolly Rogers are really unique. So neat to see. You don't see this anywhere else around baseball. Anything like it. Albers in the Diamondbacks bullpen. He came over the trading deadline for the Red Sox.
We've seen him both games so far. Game 3 of the series tonight.
Third of the deck, cannonball coming. Courtesy of Greg Brown.
Let's hope it's courtesy of Neil Walker.
Neil's got 2 career grand slams. Both have come at Wrigley Field. 2 for 7. This season with the bases loaded. He's got nobody out. Go ahead, run at third. And Walker takes outside. Neil hit a 3-run home run in the first inning. Popped out to third in the third. It was an infield fly. So he's 1 for 2 tonight.
Kennedy surrounded by Pirates.
Walker to left center. This one is going to go in nuts. It may clear him. Snyder's in. McCutchen is in. Jones held at third. A 2-run double for Neil Walker. He's got 5 runs batted in. And the Pirates back in front 6-4.
Here's a cannonball for you to the 4-10 sign. Everybody's on the move. Have yourself a night, Neil. Have yourself a night.
Snyder and McCutchen would score easily, and the question was, would Nick Leyva send Jones or not? But with nobody out, no reason to risk it.
How about your Buccos going around the bases?
So Neil Walker, for the 3rd time in his career, has a 5 RBI game. That ties his career high. So Walker will talk to Garrett Jones as Kirk Gibson comes out to relieve Ian Kennedy of duty. Neil Walker chases the Diamondbacks starter with his 2nd extra base hit tonight. Bucks putting a couple of runs up and getting the lead back as Neil Walker comes up with his 25th double of the season. This season ties his career high with 5 runs batted, and he's already knocked in his 13th home run of the season. That's a new career high for him.
And I'll tell you, this was set up by the missed opportunity for the double play. You had a base hit and then a double play ball hit by McCutchen. They got nothing out of it, and that opened the gate, and that's what you have to do, take advantage of opportunities. And I'll tell you, Matt Alvarez coming in for the 2nd time. I thought he'd been in both games. He appeared in the first game of the series. This is the difference this year. I don't know how this game is going to play out. The Pirates may or may not win it, but they are putting themselves in positions to win the 9-6 games, or the 9-4, or the 8-3 games. Last year, if they didn't outpitch you, they didn't win a lot.
Infield drawn in for Arizona. And Pedro Alvarez, 0 for 1. He walked in the 3rd inning. So 2 bucks on the pond for Pedro here. Been stuck on 58 RBIs for a few days. Nothing and 2.
Different look from Alvarez. You're going to see 94, 95 mile an hour fastball compared to Ian Kennedy's 89, 90, 91. got to be able to win these kind of ball games because you can't outpitch everybody every night.
I think the reason you think you saw Albers last night is because you did. He was in the bullpen. He warmed up, never got in.
Okay.
He's at least thrown in the pen every night.
Yeah. Yeah. Saw him in the Bedard game.
Yeah. Correa's got to feel a little better after.
He's getting a lot of support, that is for sure. And the big thing too is the answer. They put up 2 to tie the ball game, and then they want to put up the 0. That's big for them because now they've gotten themselves, and now they give it right back. That takes a little air out of the balloon, and the Pirates still in business and then some.
1-2 in the dirt, and Montero able to keep it in front, get the runners right where they are. Count is even to Alvarez. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Love to see Pedro run into one here. But he loved to also after that play at third base where he kind of didn't go back, didn't come in. You come in, you smother the ball sometimes. Go back, you have a little better chance.
Pedro down on strikes. Dan Potash, what do you have tonight?
Well, Tim, you know, I'm following tonight's game on Game Connect via Root Sports and have Twitter Nation kind of all shaken up. Before Neil Walker stepped to the plate earlier tonight, I said that he's got 12 home runs. His next will be a career high, just saying. And he went deep. And then he came to the plate here with the bases loaded and said, I don't know if I'm going to call a home run, I'll settle for a double. And he had a double. Really? So, like, should I punch my ticket to Vegas next or what?
Nostradamus Potash.
Yeah.
Down there.
Having a lot of fun on Game Connect with this. A lot of cool tweets.
That's good. Maybe something happened to you when you're on vacation.
I don't. Hey, it's something in the water down in the Caribbean. I don't know.
You know?
There you go. Yeah, lots of cool stuff.
That's what Game Connect looks like live right now. Check it out. You can go back and see the proof that Dan wasn't kidding.
I would like to next predict that the rain will go away, because I hear it's coming. Yeah, get out of here.
0-1 pitch, and Barajas was aiming for Dan Potash down there, but he missed it.
I'll tell you, Rod Barajas can start a swing earlier than anybody in Major League Baseball. He can hit the ball behind him. Foul ball. Uh-oh. Dan's getting ready. He's doing something with that fancy machine. He got it all.
The BlackBerry, the iPad. He is socially connected through media.
I thought it was one of those chalkboards that the basketball coaches used to design plays.
I thought you were going to say you thought it was an Etch-a-Sketch.
I love Etch-a-Sketch. They are fun.
Looks like an Etch-a-Sketch, that red frame he's got. All at 2 strikes, the count to Rod Barajas. This one goes to the backstop, comes right back, and Jones is hung up. A bad break.
How can you get a straight bounce off those bricks, those blocks that have all kind of edges and angles? Look at this. That's an uneven surface back there, but straight back.
Yeah, if you're a base runner, you're going to take off on that. I mean, as soon as you see it.
Mixed emotions there. Everybody cheering, and then, oh my goodness, the ball straight back to the catcher.
You can't blame Jones for that. It's just a freaky bounce off the stone back there. Two and two outs, and the pitch. And down goes Barajas, and the Pirates leave him in. They get 2 on the double to the notch. It's now a 6-4 Bucco lead. 3-run homer in the bottom of the first. You want to talk about barreling up a baseball? How square is that? Round ball, round bat. Coors Light Freeze Cam brought to you by Frost Brews. Coors Light.
Yep. Round ball, round bat. Go ahead and hit it square.
Not that easy.
No, it's not.
Walker has driven in 5 of the 6 Pirate runs.
Boy, an opportunity to get a bunch more. That was a good inning, but it could have been a monster inning. This ball game still very much up in the air.
Bad break with the ball coming back off the backstop the way it did. And that caused Garrett Jones to be out. But
bad break with 2 strikeouts, too.
And the 2 strikeouts certainly added to that. Miguel Montero batting. And the wind is now picking up and blowing out to left. As it appears as though there is some sort of storm on the horizon.
Prognosticator Dan Potash talking about some rain possibly coming in.
Well, he's been right on all his predictions so far tonight. I guess there's a first time for everything. Right there.
We get a ball up in the air now, you're going to get a lot of help from that wind.
And the wind changing direction.
Swirling around, yeah. No.
It's blowing straight out to left. Now it's going out toward right field. Flags are getting starched.
This is an official game. Thinking along those lines. Pirates getting action in the bullpen.
Montero fouling it off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Miguel Montero 0 for 1 with a walk. Terry, our camera guy, he knows better than the duck. He's not afraid. Becky comes in to help him out. She's going to chain him to the camera now to make sure he doesn't duck. I think camera guys were allowed to duck out of the way.
Nope. Hold your ground.
Yeah, Becky's there to make sure Terry doesn't go anywhere. A reenactment. She's encouraging this type of behavior. Two-two pitch. And he got him. Rod holds on. And the strikeout of Montero. This Sunday, the Pirates battle the Padres at 1:35. All kids 14 and younger receive a back-to-school lunch bag thanks to Bayer. Come early for the #1 Cochran Family Fun Zone on Federal Street. Stay after. Kids get to run the bases thanks to H.K. Anderson Pretzels. For tickets, visit pirates.com. I wonder if she's reading Dan Potash's tweets.
Well, you got to be now. I mean, you got to pick up on this stuff, don't you? Run with it.
Dan is going to tweet next who's going to win the lottery. No. He's just playing with his Etch-a-Sketch down there.
He's getting fingerprinted. I know what's going on there.
Ground ball up the middle and a base hit for Chris Young. Young now 1 for 3. Base runner aboard for the Diamondbacks in the 6th. This will bring up the tying run in Gerardo Parra. Parra scored after he walked in the 5th inning. He's 0 for 1. Parra started the game in center field last night. Young did not play. He didn't start anyway. Ended up pinch hitting late. Diamondbacks are in 3rd place in the National League Western Division, 4 games behind the division leading Giants to start action tonight. The Giants in action against St. Louis in St. Louis and leading them 2-0 in the bottom of the third.
Nice to see Kevin get 2 more outs here. He's scheduled to bat second in the bottom of the 6th. That probably would be it. Activity continues in the Pirate bullpen.
National League Western Division standings after the Dodgers losing to Colorado last night, a game and a half behind the Giants. Arizona trying to creep up in the standings. Ground ball to Walker. He will make the tag, throw to first. Safe at first is Parra. And Neil Walker wanted that one. Not very happy with Alfonso Marquez's call at first base.
And Chris Young had a lot to do with that because he pulled up short enough where it took a little bit of extra time for Neil to make that tag. I was wondering if he was going to throw to first when Young stopped. There's the runner. Here comes Neil. And see, he's got to go that extra step or two and make the awkward throw. And Young prevented that double play.
See if we can get a good look at the play at first base.
You'll get an unbelievable look at it. Very close.
Another foot down. I think he beat it. Might have been the right call. Those guys get a lot of those right. Occasionally you'll see one that goes on the other side. We've seen some recently, but it's kind of like the back end of the Pirates bullpen faltering last night. 7 runs given up. You know, you look at what Grilli and Hughes had to go through last night. At least
aberration.
At least both of them got hit on the same night.
They're both on the other side of their business. I'll still stand by our men in blue being the best in any of the major sports.
Left-hander Tony Watson.
Not the least of which is the volume of calls they have to make.
Oh, I don't
think of the scheduling compared to the other sports. And those guys are good too. But I'll take our guys in blue.
Ryan Wheeler is going to pinch hit. And he swings and misses. He got a base hit in the 8th inning in a pinch hitting role last night. Wheeler, recent call up from AAA, made his major league debut on the 20th of July against the Astros. With his first major league knock against reliever Reiner Cruz. And there is strike 2 right at the kneecaps.
One more, Kevin.
Oh, 2 pitch. And a ground ball. Walker's got it, shovels it to Mercer. They get the force out there. No runs a hit. And 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 6th at PNC Park when we return. Pirates up by a pair.
Root Sports is brought to you by Barrel Automotive. We're driven to be better. By PNC Bank for the achiever in you. And by Chevy Cruze, which offers EPA estimated 42 mpg highway. Let's go Bucks!
There you go, Steve.
That's right.
That's a good sign.
They stuck around. They were just going to get a snack. They stuck around. We got the lead back.
Maybe some divine intervention here tonight. Kevin Correa and the Pirates leading 6-4, bottom of the 6th inning. Correa will hit second after Jordy Mercer starts things off against Josh Colmenter. See that over-the-top delivery by Colmenter. A little bit different. He likes to work quickly.
And 21 appearances, 12 home runs. That is a lot of home runs for that number of appearances. I think Kevin's out there for bunting purposes if we get man on, perhaps. Overall numbers, you see the 21 games, the 12 home runs. That number and that number. Not 3 and 3. Almost had a perfect night with a telestrator.
Almost. This one hit well to left field.
There you go.
Way back it goes. And Jordy Mercer has his first major league home run. 7-4 Pirates. Enjoy the ride, Jordy.
Touch them all. Touch them all.
Take a while for him to get that smile off his face.
That's right. Colmenter over the top, and Jordy takes him over the wall. Right there, as they say, in the sweet spot, the go zone.
It's his first major league RBI along with a home run.
3 home runs for the Pirates.
Correa strikes out. There's now one man out in the 6th.
Keep his head down. Does he know he's got it? Yeah, he hit that ball and he never looked up. Just went into the jog. He knew he got enough, and he got plenty.
Marte had one of those in the 3rd inning. He's got 4.
Congratulations, young man. Yep, you're not only here, but you're on the board. You're on the board.
Just the 13th game for Marte, and he's got 4 homers. Slow roller to short. Drew fires to first to retire Marte. And Starling is 1 for 4.
The question is, Kevin done for the night? They were all congratulating him in there. Might be to Clint just this type of a ball game. Does, you know, he's short a man, right?
Short a guy on the bench.
So
yeah.
you don't use let Kevin hit.
Yeah, the reason they're short a man,
you save a spot,
is because Correa came out of the bullpen to make this spot start, and Jeff Locke was brought up to have that extra arm back in the bullpen. A position player had to go, and it was Alex Presley today. How about Snyder ripping this one, but it's just foul.
He's hitting everything hard.
So instead of having 5 bench players, the Pirates are going with 4 bench players for the next few days.
So you
save further notice.
Save one by letting Kevin hit, even though you're going to take him out of the ball game.
Right. Snyder asked for time a couple of times before he was granted it by Larry Vanover. By the way, Steve, Philadelphia's tied Atlanta now, 6-6 in the 6th.
Where'd that come from?
They got home runs from Ryan Howard and Jimmy Rollins. And so the 6-1 Atlanta lead is gone. The Phillies have tied it. And if the Phillies can pull that game out, that'll help the Pirates. And down on strikes goes Snyder. But Jordy Mercer hits his first major league home run off Josh Cole-Mentor. He'll never forget it. Jordy Mercer's first Cadillac trot around the bases. Home run. 7-4 Pirates as we head to the 7th. Join the Pirates and Pirates Charities as we stand up to cancer at PNC Park this Friday. Pirates hosting the Padres at 7:05. Ticket packages just $30, and $10 of each ticket package goes toward the fight to end cancer. Plus, receive a stand up to cancer cap and cheer card. For more information, go to pirates.com/SU, the number 2, and the letter C. There you go. We'll sneak in the Zoltan as you head to the concession stand. Folks heading back to their seats. And we'll see the back into this ball game as we start the 7th. And Chris Resop takes over for Kevin Correa on the hill.
Nice to get a little protection. A little extra offense going on. Never know how much you're going to need, as they said. Found that out last night.
Resop facing Stephen Drew, the leadoff man. Diamondback shortstop takes outside for a ball. Drew has scored twice tonight, doubled to lead off the ball game, walked in the 5th, and bounced out to Correa right in front of the mound in the 3rd inning. Strike called, 1-1.
Final line for Kevin, 6 innings. He gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 of which were earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. He could win it, he could not lose it.
1 ball, 1 strike to Drew. Resop ready to deliver. Here's the 1-1. Just off the plate, 2-1. So a quicker turnaround tomorrow. Not like a regular old day game, a 12:30 or a 1:30 day game. A 4:05 game on a Thursday. The next 2 Thursdays will be that way.
So they can sleep in, still sleep in.
Wandy Rodriguez will be pitching tomorrow against Joe Saunders of the Diamondbacks. So Wandy Rodriguez will make his PNC Park debut as a Pirate. Tomorrow's probables: Saunders 5 and 8, Wandy 7 and 10. That's our Nissan road ahead to tomorrow in the series finale.
Numbers look like a fairly even matchup.
Here's a 2-2 coming. Barajas setting up outside.
Almost. It looked like Larry Vanover almost ready to bring up the right arm.
Let's take a look and see where this pitch ended up.
Close was it? Staying away, away. Could have got that call.
Payoff pitch coming to Drew.
And here comes the rain.
He calls it back. Yeah, the skies have just opened up. And that'll send a number of the fans scurrying for cover. Brian O'Nora is the crew chief. He's out at second. He may be pressed into another kind of duty if this rain gets hard and sticks around for a while. 3-2 pitch. That's low ball 4. And a huge bolt of lightning just flashed over the Allegheny.
This is Danny Potash's fault.
He did. He predicted it. I just hope he didn't predict.
He might have made it happen.
I hope he didn't predict 40 days and 40 nights. Wouldn't be good. Stephen Drew a leadoff walk here in the top of the 7th. Thunder and lightning around the yard.
Yeah, they won't tolerate too much lightning. Rain is a different issue, but I tell you.
Yeah, he's in a convertible era. He's got the top up now. Bloomquist, little tapper down to Alvarez. Pedro gloves, throws, it gets away. And down to third base goes Drew, and this will bring the tying run to the plate. Well, what should have been strike 3 and wasn't called. Now that runner's at third. And now a ground ball, a tough play, but a play that could have been made. And now you got first and third, nobody out instead of 2 outs and nobody on.
Perfect angle. Garrett Jones forced to reach in the path of the runner. That's a delicate, dicey situation. The sky opened up, and so is the Pirate defense opened up.
Chris Johnson is the hitter. And a dangerous customer at that. He had 2 home runs last night. Seven 4 Pirates leading. Now 2 on, nobody out for Arizona with lightning. Looked like it was over part of the North Shore here. The error charged to Garrett Jones on the play involving Bloomquist. 2 on without the benefit of a hit. 0-2 to Johnson.
Again, he is a strikeout candidate. He's gone down twice. Love to see another one right here just to stop this business that's going on here in the top of the 7th inning.
Here's the 0-2. Got it. Reshop comes back, strikes him out.
That's the other side of Chris Johnson. You saw one side last night. You're seeing the other side tonight. This is down out of the strike zone as he chased. Like he did now, well, not as drastic a chase as he did in the 5th inning. He swung and missed the ball that bounced in front of home plate. There's a laser show going on over this ballpark right now. Paul
Goldschmidt, 2 on, 1 out. Goldschmidt 1 for 2. Throw to first. Push back.
A little birdie that told me this little cell is moving on through, and they're going to be done with it.
All right, that's good news. Double play would be good news too.
Even better.
1-1 to Goldschmidt. Earlier this season, Goldschmidt had a career high 17 game hitting streak. Look at the buildings lit up, even in the rain, thunder and lightning. It's just gorgeous down in this part of the city. Strike call. Never get tired of looking at that view, do you, Steve?
No.
Here comes the 1-1. Checked his swing, they appealed, and he did not go. 2 balls and a strike to Goldschmidt.
Of course, the view is enhanced when you have a 62-47 record.
It makes it that much better, doesn't it? Rain continuing to fall. What do you worry about most? The footing or the grip on the baseball when you're pitching in the rain?
Mostly the footing.
Another check swing, another appeal. This time they get the call. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Goldschmidt. That's kind of a big swing in the count, because then you were looking at 3-1. Instead, it's 2-2.
That birdie that told me this cell has passed us.
Might have been the parrot.
The thing just fell out of the sky.
Yeah. It's raining hard. Goldschmidt to center field. McCutcheon will make the catch. Tagging and scoring on the play is Drew. It's now a 7-5 ball game. But there are 2 men out. The leadoff walk comes around to score.
They're not going to watch much more of this with the Lightning. That's really slowing the rain down. The rain is slowed down, as you can see right there.
In relation to when?
Well, just the AGH cam. That's the only thing slowing it down.
Grounds crew ready to go. They're called. Justin Upton at the plate. And a ground ball to Mercer at short. He gloves. Throw is to first. Safe! As Jones allegedly was pulled off the bag. Alfonso Marquez calling Upton safe. And now the Diamondbacks have the tying run aboard. Clint Hurdle wants an explanation on this one. This will be an interesting replay. Clint is saying there is he held the bag with his foot, and what Marquez is saying is that his foot came up off the bag when Upton touched it, and then it came back down.
Alfonso is being very, very casual about listening to Clint Hurdle, and he's not going to get away from him. But he does. And Clint's going to make a pitching change.
From there, it looks like his foot was on the bag. We're looking at a distance, though, from there. Jones feeling he kept his foot down.
Stretch. Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Should tell us the story.
No. That foot is off the base.
Wow.
Just briefly, not by much, but I think it's a decent call.
He's had a couple of close calls down there tonight, and he got him right. Rain continues to fall. We've got a pitching change. A 2-run lead for the Pirates. 2 men out and now 2 on. The error charge to Jordy Mercer on the throw that allowed Upton to reach, and now Tony Watson is charged to get the final out. The left-handed batter Miguel Montero.
And crew chief Brian Honora conferring with Manny Lopez, head of the PNC ground crew. But on we go. More lightning.
Watson's pitch. That's a strike.
Thank you.
Weishaupt didn't give up any hits. There were 2 errors, an error on Jones and an error on Mercer, plus the leadoff walk. He has given up a run and is still responsible for both men on base. Bloomquist at second base and Upton at first. Rainy August evening at PNC Park. Pirates trying to take a 2-1 advantage in this 4-game series. They can hang on here. Still got a little ways to go tonight. Watson's 0-1. Nice block by Barajas, preventing the runners from moving up. Rod doesn't block that, then Upton goes down to second, Bloomquist to third, and that'll put the tying run in scoring position.
This ball game is not being played in classic fashion.
Miguel Montero tonight is 0 for 2. He's hit safely in 8 of his last 13 road games. He's driven in a lot of runs, more than any other catcher in baseball, 66 of them. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch from Watson to Montero. Strike call.
This is the kind of scenario now. It's been a back and forth kind of sloppy game. Conditions are getting sloppy. You got to do whatever you can do to keep your concentration. You got to stay with it as much as you can. Start thinking about conditions and pace and kind of raggedy scenario. Do what you can to stay involved.
Watson's 1-2. Another nice block by Barajas. Rod's playing in the mud in the rain.
Turn the glove around, get the body in front, do what you can to keep the ball in front of you. Well, it's tough to come by here in the top of the 7th inning.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Montero, 2 men on. Montero fights him off. Montero, 284 hitter, has 13 home runs as well. Tony Watson been very tough out of the pen this year.
We talk about the grip on the baseball or the footing. Both of them are issues now at this point, and you got to base it out to the outfield. They're going to be picking up a wet baseball. We're looking for another strike, but not a lightning strike like the one we just saw.
Just saw one on the other side of the river. Two pitch. Ground ball to the right side. Jones will not have a play. And now the bases are loaded and things are really getting hairy. Garrett Jones has made his 2nd error this inning. Weishaupt reacting. It's painful when you know The tying run is yours.
It is hard to win ball games when you make 4 errors. But the Pirates are still leading by 2.
And now the tying run in scoring position, the go-ahead run on base. Pitch to Young. He takes a strike.
You're looking at perhaps the biggest out of the ball game right now. If the Pirates can get in the dugout like the Rolling Stones, give me shelter. Perfect pitch.
Chris Young is not exactly the happiest of individuals there. Tony Watson desperately trying to record the final out of the top of the 7th. It's away from Barajas, but no one will move. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I think Rod will sleep well tonight. He's been visiting back at home plate.
And it's a 1-1 count to Young. Young has a base hit, 1 for 3. Bases full of Diamondbacks, 2 out. And the pitch. Strike 2 call. Watson getting ahead of Young.
Well, I'll tell you, those are perfectives there.
He got him looking. And Young has been thrown out of the ball game. Young strikes out looking with the bases loaded. Tony Watson, like an artist with paint on the corner. Now Kirk Gibson has to do everything he can to restrain Young.
Young's going to lose that battle with Kirk Gibson, you know that. Why doesn't the umpire get away from that situation? Walk away. Walk away, Larry.
Young's not done.
Yeah, he is.
Well, the happier folks right now are enjoying the 7th inning stretch.
Wow, there's chaos, there's lightning, there's thunder.
And a storm brewing in the Arizona dugout.
That's a better pitch than the first 2 strikes, I believe.
Chris Young with the rest of the night off. Pirates with a 2-run lead. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th next. Brighten up his report. Chris Young has been ejected. and was extremely hot. Jason Kubel comes into left field. That'll move Gerardo Parra over to center field. Those are the defensive changes for the Diamondbacks, with Young now out of the ballgame. Cole Mentor remains in. He will face McCutchen, Jones, and Walker, 3, 4, and 5. And now Upton is going to come out. Another change here. Upton was already out warming up. Aaron Hill looks like he's coming in to play second base. And the second baseman, Bloomquist,
is leaving the Diamondbacks with no right fielder.
Or maybe he wants his outfield glove. I think he's going to right field. Lightning all around the city tonight. Well, we're getting word that Upton has been ejected also. Must have been something he did just prior to us coming back, because he was out talking with one of the umpires near the right field line behind first base, and maybe he was ejected then. So 2 Diamondbacks have been ejected from this game. Bloomquist out to right. Hill goes in at second.
New outfield.
You got Kubel in left and Parra in center. Those were your changes. We thought we were done, but we were not.
A wild, stormy night.
Aaron Hill's got to get ready in a hurry.
Now Bloomquist comes in. Doesn't have the right glove.
Well, this will be the 3rd glove he's tried. All right, that one should fit.
If the glove fits. If the glove fits.
So Brian O'Nora talking to Upton.
What did I do?
So that takes 2 guys off the bench. They've already used Wheeler, so we've got the backup catcher and the others, and the infielder McDonald left. He's only got 2 guys remaining.
And now here comes Clint. He wants to know what's going on.
Yeah. And then maybe they can tell us.
Well, I think he's going to argue there's too many gloves.
He wants to make sure his lineup card is correct, so the batting order is correct. Always good to know who's coming up. But it'll be interesting to get the breakdown of this conversation later from Clint. Kirk Gibson and Alan Trammell.
Maybe it's one of
working
those
a little overtime
deals from Bull Durham. I think Candlesticks is a good idea.
On a rainy night. Rainy, stormy night. Wow. Great job by our crew hanging in here on a stormy night in Pittsburgh.
Is he wondering about the substitutions here?
He might be. Does it look like a line change in hockey? Just everybody over the boards, but I wanted to make sure it was all squared away. So we're going to get back to some baseball, and now that lineup card is going to turn into a bit of a mess. Jeff Bannister, the bench coach, will try to color inside the lines. So Andrew McCutchen now will lead off against Josh Coleman during a 7-5 game. Pirates leading.
Andrew slipped in the batting box there. He loses footing.
Nothing in one to catch. McCutchen has scored 2 runs, reached in a fielder's choice twice, and started his night off with a base hit with 2 outs in the first. And let's not forget how this thing started with the Diamondbacks in the top of the first getting 2 runs off Kevin Correa. Pirates countered with 3 with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Neil Walker's 13th homer gives him a new career high in home runs. And then Walker with the bases full in the 5th after a starting Marte solo homer in the 3rd inning. Would get 2 runs in when he hit a double to the north side notch. Jordy Mercer, his first major league home run, came in the 6th inning. McCutchen takes strike 3. McCutchen's gone on strikes. He is now 1 for 4 in the game. Very good pitch. Garrett Jones had a rough inning in the field in the top half of the inning. 2 errors. Pirates would commit 3 errors. Mercer had the other. 4 errors in the game. Pedro Alvarez has the error.
I'll tell you, this is just a flat out bizarre night. Simple as that.
No balls in. 1 strike the count to Jones. Here's the pitch.
Got an update on Upton coming shortly.
We're going to tell you the rest of that story on why Upton is out. One and 2 to Garrett. So 2 Diamondbacks were ejected after the top of the 7th inning. Young, for arguing balls and strikes, had to be restrained by his manager Kirk Gibson. Foul ball. And then Upton will tell you why he was ejected here in a moment. We've got quite a light show tonight, huh? Along with a baseball major league game and a light show. Stays alive, a ball and 2 strikes. Thought Sky Blast was Saturday.
That's a preview for sure.
Jones to the right side, and Hill bobbles, recovers, and throws out Garrett. 2 men out. Well, Upton throws the helmet and throws it in the direction of the umpires. You see Young being restrained, but Alfonso Marquez, the first base umpire, keeping an eye on Upton, and now he points at him and he's gone.
Yep. Swing of the arm. You're out of here.
I had to dig a little bit to get the story, but that's what happened.
Well, you start throwing equipment at the umpire, that's going to happen.
2 outs, nobody on. Neil Walker, the batter, takes up high. Walker with a career high tying 5 runs batted in tonight. 3rd time in his career he's driven in 5 in a game. '65 RBI, second on the club to McCutchen, who has 69. Actually gaining on Kutch. 2-0 killing to Neal. Strike 1. Well, good night to get a souvenir. A number of folks vacated those seats near the field when the rain started coming down heavily earlier. 2-2 now to Walker.
Another souvenir down in that neighborhood.
There you go. There's a freebie. He's a lefty. Two balls, two strikes, and Colementer delivers. Walker fouls it off. Well, Atlanta looks like they went a little nuts as they have broken that 6-6 tie with a 5-run outburst. They now lead 11-6 over Philadelphia in the 8th. That's a pretty good place to be, under cover on the rotunda.
They're eventually going to get to the 8th inning. It's going to happen.
Sometime tonight we'll get to the 8th. Maybe sooner than later. Drew throws out Walker, and the Pirates are gone in order. Guess what? We are going to the 8th on a rainy night in Pittsburgh.
Sure, but we're moving to the 8th, 7-5 Pirates. And before tonight's game, Andrew McCutchen received the Heart and Hustle Award from Major League Baseball's Alumni Association. Our very own Kent DeColvey presented the award, which honors active players who demonstrate a passion for the game of baseball and best embody the values, spirit, and tradition of the game. As we told you earlier, his mom was on hand to sing the national anthem, and I guess a bonus to see him get a really nice award from Teak. So let me get this straight, guys. He's leading the National League in hitting, got a hit tonight. Mom sings the anthem, all-star. I don't know. What's next? Can he fly?
I don't know, but he's got to make some accurate predictions. Maybe make the rain stop. I don't know if he can do that or not. Change at first base as Gabby Sanchez is in. And on the hill, Chad Qualls. Qualls has had 2 successful appearances for the Pirates, throwing 2 clean innings. Came over from the Yankees, and the deal for Casey McGee was with the Phillies before that. This is the 3rd team for Qualls this season.
Intensifying again.
Brian O'Nora, the crew chief, he's just walking to the park. He doesn't seem concerned one bit right now. And Lopez, who heads up the grounds crew here. Grounds crew does a great job keeping this ballpark in pristine condition. Jeff Karsten's even pressed into action, making sure that the railing padding stays dry. Well, Manny is a native of Bradenton, Florida.
Yep.
Grew up in Bradenton, where the Pirates train, a spring training. Gets to go down there every so often. So look at that. Keith doesn't need a jacket. You don't need a jacket, do you?
We have lost about 20 degrees of temperature along with this storm. PNC Park is wet.
Top of the 8th inning, 7-5 Buccos. Gerardo Parra, the number 8 hitter, will lead off against Chad Qualls. Alvarez in on the grass at third for the left-handed hitter. Pitch outside for a ball. One of these games where you have to play it all the way through. Ball 2. Diamondbacks 2 games over 500 at 56 and 54. Just 4 out in the West, so they're scratching and clawing, doing whatever they can. Pirates have a chance to pick up a full game today on Cincinnati. As the Reds lost to Milwaukee, the Reds have now lost 4 straight. And if the Pirates hang on here tonight, they can get to 2.5 games out of first place. Watch out. Hot shot, foul ground beyond the rain tarp. 2-2 to Parra. Glenn Verlin, A.J. Burnett. Must be snack time for A.J. Comes the 2-2. It's like a buffet down there in the dugout. Was it like that?
Well, any dugout in any ballpark now at the end of the game looks like the bottom of a parakeet cage. Well, whatever they chew with.
It's especially nice in the rain. Huh?
Bird seed down there.
To the right side, Sanchez will take it himself and is late.
Well, first base is really an issue. Really an issue. Now, the issue was Qualls there in time. No guarantee that Chad was going to get there, so that might be a team miscue from the first baseman and the pitcher.
Parra will get credit for a base hit, and now Qualls, with 1 man on, will face the pinch hitter John McDonald.
He'll get a base hit. He shouldn't have. That should have been an out.
Brings the tying run to the plate. For the first. And Sanchez is actually a very good defender. Last year he had second highest fielding percentage among first basemen in the National League. He's an absolutely solid defender. Miscue there and ends up putting Parra aboard. And McDonald will take the strike.
I'm almost thinking we want more rain now. Shut this thing down. This is not easy.
I mentioned it earlier. This is one of those games you have to play all the way through. You've got to get that last out. It's going to be a while still. Four errors in the game for the Pirates and a miscue that turns into a base hit at first base. Now, ground ball to Mercer. He's got 1 play. That's to first. 6-3 on the putout. McDonald is gone, and Parra safe at second base. Fans, you can follow the Pirates with the MLB.com at Bat12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at BAT to 31826 or visit Pirates.com for details. Must-have for the baseball fan. Stephen Drew at the plate. He has scored 3 times tonight. Doubled in the first and scored. Walked in the 5th and 7th and scored. And fouls this one away. And he did not play in the first game of this series, but came in last night. And the Pirates really have struggled to keep him off the bags. Chopping in one to Drew. Qualls pitch. Missed low, 1-1. Chad Qualls didn't know what to make of it when the Yankees traded him to the Pirates. He was interested in coming to the Pirates before the season to begin with, but he just had a car shipped to a location he wasn't going to.
If he had gone somewhere else from the Yankees, another major league city, ship.
No, he was, he's got his car here now, but it wasn't on the way. It was on the way elsewhere, back home, I believe, which is Texas. And a strike called on Drew, 2-2. Sometimes for a big league ball player, and I know Drew Sutton, who was here and recently departed, experienced this. Other guys get to experience it. The non-glamorous side of being a big leaguer when you call a hotel room home for a couple of months.
As they say in The Godfather, Michael, this is the life you've chosen.
It's a dry baseball.
And it's a pretty good life. It comes down to cases.
Michael McHenry visiting with pitching coach Ray Surridge. A full count to Drew. He represents the tying run, so Qualls does not want to lose him here. One out, top of the 8th inning. And the payoff pitch coming from the Pirate right-hander. Ground ball to second. Goes in out. 2 gone. And down to third base goes Parra. And Walker hangs with that one. It's a tough play off that soggy infield.
What's interesting too in this whole thing, Tim, there's not been one drop of diamond dry or anything put around the home plate areas or, well, on the mound.
Yeah, there was something put out there, but yeah,
on the infield,
around the plate, on the mound. Looks like they dropped some on the infield by third.
Yeah, okay.
But you're right. I mean, they haven't had much.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see the lighter stuff. I was looking at the infield. It's starting to get a little tacky over and back of Pedro Alvarez.
Here's Bloomquist. 2 men out, Parra at third, with McDonald pinch hitting, and Kubel and Hill called upon to go in, and Wheeler hitting earlier. That leaves Kirk Gibson with just one more bench player, his backup catcher just recently acquired, Will Nieves. Here's the 0-1. Did he go? No. That kind of, looking at Gibson for a second, you got to kind of like the fact he's standing out there in the middle of the rain. Everybody else is under cover. Old school tough guy. Probably doesn't notice it. 1-1, and that's a base hit. It's going to make it a 1-run game. Parra comes in to score. And an RBI for Bloomquist. It is 7-6, and the tying run is at first. Second hit of the inning, given up by Qualls. And the second RBI tonight from Bloomquist.
There where you can extend your arms. Under normal circumstances, this is a kind of a situation where you have to be very aware of a stolen base attempt to get to scoring position, but you'd be running on a sticky track. But you never know. Just a fair lead at this point. But look at it. Got to keep track of it. 1-run ball game. See, it's sticky.
Pitch to Chris Johnson. Foul back.
25,000 here initially. There aren't that many now. Understandably. Miserable conditions.
There's a line of demarcation there where the precipitation stops. Here's the 0-1 to Johnson. Now it's 0-2. And speaking of the number 2, he had a 2-home run game last night. 8th inning, a 3-run homer. That was the backbreaker. And then insurance in the 9th with a 2-run shot in the second bullpen. Hit in the Pirate bullpen. That's a long drive. Right here, Qualls has him on the ropes. 0-2. Lindquist, the runner at first base. And the pitch. Came right after him. San Francisco, by the way, has opened up a big lead on St. Louis. 7-0. They're in the 8th. They're an hour behind us, by the way, in the Central Time Zone in the same inning. Just thought I'd point that out. Yep. 0-2. Popped him up. Jordy Mercer looking up into the raindrops. He makes the catch. Diamondbacks get a run on 2 hits. They leave the tying run on base. Pirates to the plate in the bottom of the 8th, leading by a run. In terms of losing players, Chris Young ejected for the first time in his career. Justin Upton for the second time. A lot of emotions right here.
There was the pitch that created it.
Gibson had to restrain Young. And Upton throws the helmet in the general direction of home plate. And Upton continues to jaw. So first base umpire Alfonso Marquez says goodbye. Gibson has had to use almost his whole bench tonight as a result.
Now we're getting all of that diamond dry out there to see if we could help the footing a little bit.
Kitty litter.
Yep.
So the ground ball specialist, Brad Ziegler, up.
Yep, got a big double play last night when he came into the ball game.
Ziegler, the sidewinder. He will face Pedro Alvarez, Ron Barajas, and Jordy Mercer. Those are the scheduled hitters here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Whoever wins use this one and learn it tonight in these conditions.
Yep.
That thunder and lightning through most of the second half of this game. A lot of lightning around downtown Pittsburgh on the other side of the Allegheny. 0-1 to Pedro. Little chopper to Aaron Hill at second base. One out. Pedro Alvarez 0 for 3 tonight with a walk. Joel Hamrahan loosening up. The hammer time in the top of the 9th.
Those are Pirate fans right there hanging in there.
That's right. Summertime. They don't want to go home. They want to stay at the park. Barajas makes Nick Leva move out of the way.
You sometimes wonder why there's not a constant shift on Rod Barajas with everybody playing where the third baseman is.
The third base coach has his own version of the shift when he's up. Moves a little bit. To Hill, 2 down. A humpback liner. Our Coors Light cold hard blast that came in the 6th inning. The first major league home run for Pirates shortstop Jordy Mercer, and he clubbed this one. He knew it right off the bat. That's the first one. That's our cold hard blast, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Strike called to Mercer. Ziegler delivers outside and low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Good to see Jordy get that first one. It's always good to see the player get his first base hit, first home run. He's got his first double and his first triple. Got 3 doubles. Ball and 2 strikes. Marte, he's got 4 of them already. Hit another one tonight. Strike 3 called, and a quick inning for Ziegler as he sets the Pirates down in order. It is hammer time. Joel Hamrahan will try to close out a Pirate victory when we come back.
To you by Jeep. Now get a great deal on a legendary Jeep vehicle at the Jeep Summer Clearance Event. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Levin Furniture and the all-new Levin mattress stores. For a great deal on a new bed, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks.
7-6, top of the ninth inning. Pirates 3 outs away from taking the second game of this 3-game series. They want to raise that here after 3 quick outs. That would be the game plan. When Barmes comes out as a defensive replacement, comes into the batting order hitting 8th, and the hammer, Joel Hanrahan, looking for his 33rd save.
Hopefully a hard-earned win for the Pirates. Trying circumstances. Trying to win a ball game, overcoming 4 errors.
He is the National League saves leader. Major League saves leader is Fernando Rodney of Tampa Bay. He's got 33. Hanrahan will face Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt's faced Hanrahan only once before in his career. He's 0 for 1. But the Pirates call upon their all-star closer. Late on that one. 96 miles an hour for openers. The key here, get the first guy out. 0-1 pitch. Slider.
Tough 1-2 punch here. 96 upstairs, 88 slider.
And now Goldschmidt's got to be wondering, okay, what's next? Fastball or slider? He's seen them both.
Exactly right. Advantage Hanrahan.
And he goes with a slider. So
when you throw it 96, 97 miles an hour, that creates a demand for an early swing. If you don't get the fastball, you're way out in front of that slider.
Struck him out.
That was not only a slider, that was a protective slider.
1 gone in the 9th.
I gotta love this location. You can't take it and you can't do much with it. Follow the spinning baseball.
Jason Kubel, first time up tonight. Left-handed hitter playing left field. And he takes strike 1. Heater at 97.
Gonna have the same itinerary. That's the way he started Goldschmidt.
0-1 pitch. And now facing a left-hander, though, Steve, how much more effective can that slider be down and in?
If he throws it like he threw it to Goldschmidt, it's an even thing. Both tremendous. Tries it there, it falls behind 2-1.
Pirates are looking for their 35th win at home this year, their 63rd win overall.
And one thing about the fastball here, chances are you won't pull it, you hit it to the bigger part of the ballpark. Not a big deal, but if you're looking for any factor.
Cranked it up to 98 that time. The 2-ball, 2-strike pitch to Kubel. Struck him out.
Another slider. That is tough to handle. The good slider. And it's not just a slider he's throwing in these strike 3 situations. Check it out. Down and in, underneath.
These guys are being rewarded for sticking around. 1 more out to go. Montero is 0 for 3 tonight. And he's in the hole 0-1 here. Hanrahan struck out Goldschmidt. Strikes out Kubel. And now working on Miguel Montero.
The tip of the cap to the Pirate faithful who've remained in this building.
And now the Diamondbacks down to their final strike tonight. Neil Walker, 5 RBIs, a 3-run home run. Home runs by Starling Marte and Jordy Mercer.
Could it be a slider kind of night for Joel? Got the first 2 outs on really good looking sliders. Slide balls.
0-2 pitch coming.
Oh, he wanted to go high and large.
High heat missed the mark.
But again, if you got to deal as a batter with a slider after that kind of speed, it's a tough adjustment.
There's your ball game right there.
It's a slider night for Joel Hanrahan. He puts a lid on it.
Hanrahan strikes out the side, saves it for Correa, and the Pirates now lead this series 2-1. They've won their 63rd game of the season and pulled to within 2.5 games of division-leading Cincinnati in the Central.
Good stuff on a tough night. And we say constantly that, you know, it's a blue-collar win that you won't work much harder to get, but I think tonight that might really fit the occasion. They will not work any harder, keep their concentration, keep it together, not let it get away, and overcome 4 errors, and find a way to win this baseball game. It wasn't easy, but it's in the books.
Kevin Correa has now won 7 straight decisions. Got Montero to swing and miss for the final out of the ball game. And the fans just love it.
Yeah. 27th out. 27th out.
They're raising it on the field tonight. 7-6, the final score. Pirates get the victory. Let's go down to section 103 where Rob King and Kent Tekulve are standing by.
Thanks very much, guys. And Teak, the Pirates pulled to win 2.5 games at first place. Cincinnati wasn't easy, but Neil Walker, obviously a great game tonight for the Bucs.
Oh, absolutely. He was a guy, you know, he drove in runs early, and then when they needed more later on, he drove in some more. So, yeah, great night for Walker. Yeah, the Pirates might have to feel like they kind of got away with one tonight. They didn't play very good defense, but they end up on the winning side. You'll take those kind.
No doubt about it. Dan Potash standing by with tonight's hero, Neil Walker. Danny.
All right, Rob, thank you very much. Well, we saw a little bit of everything tonight here at PNC Park, but Neil Walker played a major role in helping the Pirates get a victory. Your home run tonight means you have a career best. 13 home runs this season, 5 RBIs in a game for the 3rd time in your career. Talk about how you felt, or how you have felt at the plate over the last 3 to 4 weeks. Just seeing things in a groove?
Yeah, you know, you go through stretches where you feel good, and you want to swing the bat as much as you can, and when you're seeing the ball big, you want to just swing, and good things tend to happen when you're seeing the ball well, and things are going good right now.
Your home run, Marte's home run, Mercer's home run gives his team 125 home runs. That's 3rd best in the National League. Is there anything about that total that surprises you, or do you now expect this team to be a power hitting club?
Well, we've been lifting a lot of weights lately, and doing squats and bench press. No, I mean it's our approaches are good right now. We're swinging at good pitches, swinging at pitches that we want to swing at, and when you hit the balls to the part of the ballpark we're hitting them, we're gonna be pretty successful, and we've been able to put some balls over the fence lately.
So the Reds lose earlier this afternoon. 25,000 fans show up. Not all of them are here, but some are still here. How about the fact that this team, despite the 4 errors, continues to find a way to win?
Yeah, it's winning these games is very important, and grinding it out. And tonight wasn't really pretty, but especially with the weather the way it was. But when we get the ball to the hammer in the 9th inning with 1 run, we feel pretty good about it. So,
thank you very much, Neil.
All right, thank you.
The pride of Prime Richland and a Pirates victory, guys. Back up to you.
Dan, thanks very much. I want to point out that I hope you were following Dan Potash on Twitter tonight, because he called the Walker home run, then called the double as well. So Dan Potash, pretty amazing. Anyway, Neil Walker.
Maybe he needs to sit a little closer to Clint.
Yeah. He had a hot night, but not as hot as Neil Walker, the 5 RBIs, Teague. Obviously, big blows, gets the 3-run homer in the first, so you fall behind, and then you get the McCutcheon single. Jones gets aboard on a single as well, and all of a sudden, it's 3-2. Kevin Craig goes back out in the second inning with the lead.
Absolutely, and what we have found out about Neil Walker over the last couple of years is he's one of those guys that has a knack of driving runs in. He's a guy that, when he goes to the plate, when he's swinging hot, when he's not quite so hot, it doesn't matter. If you get a guy in position where, you can get him across the plate or you need runs across the plate, he somehow, some way finds a way to get that done. And, that's not something every hitter can do. And Neil Walker has shown over an extended period of time now. This is not a small sample. This is a much larger sample that he's very good. He's a very good hitter with runners in scoring position.
So the Pirates win by the final score of 7-6, tracking a couple trends here. The Bucks, 20 games in 20 days, 3-3 over that stretch. A season-high 11-game homestand. The Pirates now 2-1 after taking the first 2 out of 3 against the Arizona Diamondbacks. We have a lot coming your way on Pirates postgame, presented by Allegheny Sports Medicine. Extended highlights of what was a wild game tonight between the Pirates and the Diamondbacks. We also have our Ask Teak segment. Post-game reaction. We'll catch up on the races around Major League Baseball, our minor league update as well. All that and more coming up on Pirates postgame, presented by Allegheny Sports Medicine.